Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Thank you for joining me on another Scrapbook Sunday 101. If you'd like to place an order with me, this is my March host code. And you can just go to Stampersdelight.com. Use that host code if your order is less than $150. Stampersdelightshop.com is where you can find those cute apparel items that you see me wearing in the mug or different mugs that I use. There's a new one out there, crafty, classy, and a little bit sassy, so you want to check it out. For today, I am going to make a scrapbook page using the Easter Friends. This was one of my first sets I knew I was going to buy because I absolutely love these little guys right here, especially this little rabbit. And I will be using this on my Monday night YouTube Live because you can get a lot more out of it just than Easter scrapbook pages or cards. So you're going to want to check that out. And that's Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to bring in is a base piece of white. And then I have the fresh freesia. Now, normally I matte some pictures, but I don't necessarily always want to matte them. Sometimes I'm just going to lay them on to the colored cardstock. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out where I want to put this, which is probably going to be right up in the corner here. I want a nice little space there for these cute little guys. So I'm going to add a little grass. I'm not going to glue that down just yet, because if I make a mistake, I can cover it up. And I'm just going to add some little grass here. And you can see I'm stamping right on top of it, just making some lines there. I'm going to go right across the page, and again, not necessarily inking it up every time because grass has different colors on it, right? And I'm just going to move this up for a minute. I'm going to add another layer. You may not see it, but I may want to use it, so I'm not sure. So I'm just going to add 2 lines, and in between I'm just going to add some extra grass in there. So I have a little bit of a border. Now when I lay that down, yes, I am going to cover up some of it, but I wanted to get some down here anyway. So, okay, so that is definitely where I'm going to put my colored cardstock or my mounting. And I am going to just grab another one because this one just ran out. Nothing like being prepared. Okay, well, let me grab another one, and just, this one does look like it has more left in it, but I am going to take it out and just make sure I can get a little bit more out of it. If not, then I'll grab a new one. So I'm just turning this a little bit. You can see I'm just playing with it. Oh yeah, I still have more in it. I like to show you little tricks like that too. We want to get as much as we can out of this. So just take it apart and roll it up. You normally can see when you've used it all because a little red line in here will come up. All right, I am going to lay that right there. And then I've already colored some of these, but I want to show you a little trick with blends that I'm going to do. Now, when I say it's a trick, it's my thing. It's not Stampin' Up, you know, approved or anything like that. But when I use my blends, oh, that's a good one. So let me show you the difference. There's my light daffodil. Let me grab another light daffodil here. There's a dark. Oh, I probably only have the one light. It's dark so saffron. Oh, here's the good one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you this. Here's the light daffodil, and that's what it should look like, right? Nice color at the pointed tip. Okay. And then the dark one is right here. Again, nice tip. What happens as you use the tips, even though you're not supposed to be coloring like this, you color towards the side. The color on the end does run out. And if you use them for classes like I do, they tend to run out a lot quicker, especially if people aren't used to using the blends correctly. So remember, on a good marker, you're going to color on the side, not on the point. So that's a good one. All right. So here's a dark Daffodil Delight. And what happened was the end of this tip, hopefully you can see it, the end of this tip got bent. There was no ink left in it. And the other side is dry, almost dry. I was going to throw it out, and then I decided to play around with it and see if I could save any of it. So what I did was I cut this piece off right down to the color. Again, this is not Stampin' Up! Approved. It's something I did. And even though that's going to be thick, look at this. Look at all the ink that's still in there. Now, I couldn't use it the correct way because there was no ink left. And the edges, you can't get, the only problem is it's a thick, you can't get into those little spots. But there's still ink left in there. And I'm going to do that until I use it up. Then I'm going to bring in my light daffodil. And this one I am going to use the correct or new version. Because now, whoop, that's the old version. Now I need to get into those corners. So you see there's my tip. Now I'm just going to blend that up. And you see how I'm doing it from the side. So again, this is just what I've done so that I can get more life out of my blends. They do last a long time, I will tell you. I've got 2 sets of all of them. And I'm just now starting to replace. So there's my first little guy in the daffodil. And then I'm going to grab my light pumpkin. And I'm going to do his beak. I didn't want the dark pumpkin. I wanted the light one. And this is what I mean. You see how that point is getting? I don't know if you can really see it there. But the point's getting very light and it's almost fuzzy. That's because it's been used a lot in my classes. Maybe somebody pressed down too hard on it. I mean, they do have to be replaced, so eventually. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm going to bring in my So Saffron. And this is the dark So Saffron. And you see this point here. Let me bring that dark one in. So I'm using Daffodil Delight and So Saffron, and you see the difference. These are both the dark saffron, but this one is starting to wear out. So I'm just going to show you what I did. Okay, because I'm going to do that. You see how this is all flattened out? What I did was I just took a pair of scissors on my other ones, and I just snipped some of that off. Now, you're not going to get a nice point, so you're not going to be able to get into small places, but you can get more color out of it. And then I'm going to go in with the light So Saffron and just blend it up. Again, with the pumpkin, the light pumpkin, I'm just going to do the little feet. So cute. The one I use a lot is crumb cake. So there's my light crumb cake. And let's see, do I have and I have 2 darks here. So let's see which ones are the good ones. So there's one I cut again. You see the point is not there. And let's see. But I have some color on that side. And then we have the dark. Now this is a good one. This is a new one. So I'm going to go in here. When I do the edges, I like to outline first. No right or wrong way with blends. You can do the dark first. You can do the light. I like to outline everything. You'll see different demonstrators doing it both ways. And then I'm just going to add some more color in here, a little bit in here, outline his little paws or feet. Okay. So that was the dark. Now I'm going to bring in the light. And again, you can see that this, I cut this point off because you couldn't use it. So I cut the point off, and now I have some more color. It won't last forever, but you can get a little bit more out of it. Makes that funny noise, I know. But look I'm getting some color out of it. This is just a hack. I guess that's what I'll call it. My blends hack. I don't know that anybody else does it. I've just started doing it before I throw them out. This one's getting real. Now I'm going to do towards the side. Okay, so this one is really almost done. But I've been using it like that for a while. I still have ink on the bullet side, or nubby end, so I'm going to finish it up with that. I am going to keep using this until there's no color coming out of it at all before I replace it. Again, the only difference is when you do that, you can't get into small spaces, but that's what you got the nubby end for, or the bullet end. All right, and one more time, I'll take it with that piece that I cut off and blend that up because it does still have a little bit in there. I can probably get at least one more out of it before I have to throw it out. That's my hack for blends before throwing them out. And now I have these cute little guys. And I actually have another set right here that I've already done. And I'm thinking Wink of Stella. I'm thinking they're just so stinking cute. They need some Wink of Stella. So I'm going to just blend up some Wink of Stella on them because they're so cute. When you use Wink of Stella, a lot of people don't know this, but when you get a Wink of Stella, there's a little black cap in here, a little ring. You need to take that out. Okay, so you need to unscrew this, and then there's a black ring there. Take it out, screw it back in, and then gently squeeze where it says push. Gently, gently, because this one's not new, but if it was a new one, it's starting to come out. You would get so much Wink of Stella coming out. It would look like gold almost. Okay, so you got to be careful when you're pressing that. Do it gently and just keep doing it until you get the consistency or as much as you want there. Okay, that's good. All right, so I'm going to put these guys over here for a minute. I'm going to bring in my paper. And what I'm going to do is start laying this out where I want it. Okay, now I didn't cut his foot very well, so we're going to hide that. We're going to put the little duck there, I think. And then we have the little chick. The little chick can go there, or maybe I'll just do it this way. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. Okay, so let me bring that up. So I'm going to put these little guys right there in the corner. I'm going to lay him, the bunny, Thumper. We'll call this Thumper. I'm going to lay him flat down on top of that grass. And then the little chick and the duck, I'm going to use dimensionals. Let me just grab those. Probably have some out on the table here too. And I'm going to grab a couple dimensionals. Now, blends do bleed through, so you definitely don't want to stamp that right on this paper unless you were going to have something on the back of it. So we're going to put that cute little duck right here. So cute. And then one for the little chickie. I don't think he needs more than one. And there's the start of my page. Now I'm going to bring in a couple of things. This card is from our current Memories and More. And I just thought it would look nice because it's springy and it's got the colors that I want. I have here 2 Easter pictures which I found. My son's first Easter when he was 9 months old. And then his second Easter and he was 22 months old. So this was March of 1989 and this was April of 1990. So I'm going to place those pictures somewhere like this, probably more like this. So here's his first one. There's his first Easter. And then here's his second. He actually did better on his first Easter. Look at that. He's smiling and happy-go-lucky. Well, not too happy in this picture. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Now, this was Polaroids. I don't know. Oh, yes, they do still have those little mini Polaroids now. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. And I'm going to put that one right there. Two cute little Easters. Okay, and then this journaling card again was from the Home Memories and More cards. The description is below. And I've found that I get a lot of use out of these memory and more cards, more so than any others. They just have so many nice ones that you can use for your journaling. I'm going to put that right there. Now this one is a card from an old Memories and More kit that Stampin' Up had, and it was actually a baby one when you had a baby. So one side's pink, one side's blue, and this one I'm going to put right here. So I saved that because eventually I want to do my son's baby album. Got some of it done. He's only 33 now. And then I have some more bunnies and some more another chick and duck, and they're going to go right here. So in love with you. And that's how I felt and still do today. Some days I wish he was that little again. Oh my goodness, what I would do to have him small. Time goes by so fast. Enjoy every minute you have with your children and your grandchildren. They grow up so fast. I'm sure our parents said that too. I'm going to put the little duck right there. And then a little chickie I'm going to put on the end. And here I have a cute, quick scrapbook page to go into part of what I'm doing for his album. Now, I do have a Happy Easter, and I'm thinking I might want to put it there. So I'm going to go ahead with the green, Granny Apple Green, I think, and put Happy Easter right here. I mean, we don't really need to say Happy Easter. We know it's Easter, but just to give it a little bit more pizzazz. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my In Color gems. And because I'm using the Fresh Freesia here, I want to use the Fresh Freesia gems. Let me see if I have any open. I do, but none of them are the Fresh Freesia, so let's open that pack. Okay, and I'm just going to play around with what colors I want here. Actually, the green might show up even better. Let's see. I'm thinking the green's going to look better, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm just going to add a couple of these to make that sentiment pop. So now we have those little the little gems there. And then I'm going to add a few more over here. Makes it pop, doesn't it? Let's see. Do I want to add some more? Why not? Let's just add a couple right here. See how that looks. I'm going to add one on the other side too. I think I'll move that one up a little bit. Or not. There we go. Closer in. There we go. And now I have a quick, cute page for my scrapbook of my son's first and second Easter. Again, this is the Easter Friends with my blends hack. And if you'd like to see more with this set, tune in YouTube Live Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel here. And you're going to see a lot more with the Easter Friends. And some of them will not be Easter. So until then, keep on scrapbooking, scrapbookers. Bye.